Hey everybody, this is Steve Moore, owner of Run More, this fabulous brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland. Today we're going to be talking about 3 new Go Fast shoes from HOKA: the Cielo, the Rocket X2, and the Mach X. HOKA has been very busy so far in 2023, coming out with some great new Go Fast models. We've been getting a lot of questions about the differences between each one, so today we wanted to take a little bit of time with a little bit of overview on each specific model, and then we're going to go into some of the differences between them, some of the uses we might have for them, and when you may pick and pull one of these specific models for your upcoming runs and races. First, let's dive into the new Cielo, which came out in mid-July of 2023. This is a true road racing flat, and it's coming in at $160. This is a unisex shoe, and it weighs 6.8 ounces on a men's size 8.5. It has a 3mm drop with the highest point of 31 down to 28 millimeters of stack height, and it has a full Pebax foam midsole. Unlike some of the other shoes that we're going to be talking about here, this has no form of plate, no plastic Pebax plate, no carbon plate, nothing. Just a true old school road racing flat shoe. It's got a total performance heel cup, a performance tongue, and even a really super fancy ventilated system. Up next is the Rocket X2, which came out in April of 2023. This is the heaviest and most expensive of the shoes that we're talking about today. This 10.3 ounce shoe with a 36mm height down to a 31mm height is $250. This is a carbon plated shoe that has a nice carbon plate sandwiched between 2 levels of Pebax midsole. It has a premium upper feel and a premium heel collar to it that's nice, soft foam, and sort of hugs your foot perfectly when you're running in it. Last and certainly not least is the HOKA Mach X. This came out in July of 2023 and is $180. The Mach X weighs 9.4 ounces on the men's side and has a 5mm drop. Its highest point is 42 millimeters down to 37 millimeters. This shoe features a plastic Pebax plate to it, not a carbon plate, and also has a much more traditional feel as far as like the padding around the tongue, the padding around the heel, feels more like a trainer than the racing shoes we just talked about. So now I wanted to take a minute and sort of talk about the differences between them and sort of how they intersect and where you might want to pull one over the other. I've actually got a chance to do some workouts and races in all of these. In full disclosure, I probably run more in HOKA than everything else out there. So this was really fun for me to get to compare and contrast them, especially against other shoes that I've run in from HOKA in this sort of go fast category. This past week, I did a race and I did a nice speed workout in the new Cielo. I think I was most excited for this because one of my all-time favorite HOKA shoes was the original Rocket X. And I know it's a tad confusing because now there's a Rocket X2, but to me this feels very different than the Rocket X. This to me feels more like the original Rocket X. One of the big differences though is this doesn't have a carbon plate. And in fact, this has no plate whatsoever, which is also different from the other 2 shoes we're talking about today. This is that road racing shoe. So this to me is something that I would probably put on if I was doing like a 10-mile race or less. This truly feels like a non-HOKA shoe, even though it has a HOKA name across the side. It feels like that traditional shoe you're gonna put on and go jump on the track and do something fast or go hit a 5K and really pound it out something quick. I love this shoe for doing I did a fun workout the other day where I did a 5-mile run and each lap I just got faster. Just a nice fun progression around the track, and the shoe felt better and better the faster I went to it. By the time at the end of my last mile, it was like 5K pace and I felt great and blistering fast, and the shoe fit and felt performance great and ready. One of the things I like on a shoe for that type of distance is a lower stack height, and I really appreciate it with this shoe. It's also why I want it for something shorter like 5K, 10K, 10-miler, and not something like a marathon because there's just not a lot of padding underfoot. Compare that to something like the Rocket X2, which is so big and so, I don't want to say bloated, but there's just a lot of shoe here, but boy does it feel good underfoot. I talked about it in this video before that I really wouldn't use this for something shorter like a 5K. And I think part of it was that I felt like when I was making quick, sharp turns in this shoe, which is really a lot of the 5K stuff you're doing, a lot of times it's like, could be a neighborhood or a smaller location. So you might not necessarily want a shoe that's not that nimble. And to me, this shoe wasn't all that nimble. But if I was doing a half marathon, I was actually gonna wear this for Boston, but I ended up doing something else. But this shoe would have been perfect for like a marathon, a half marathon, something you're gonna be on your feet for a while. And you want want that cushion, but obviously you still want that performance feel of a carbon plate. And especially at $250, like, you want a shoe that you can wear for hours and still feel good. And I did, as I was getting ready for my marathon, go do some long, faster runs in this shoe just to kind of feel it out. And my feet felt great at the end of it. Like, really, I think this shoe is spectacular for those type of marathon type long runs where you want to feel protected, but you want to feel light and fast. And even though this shoe is heavier than the other three, this would be the perfect shoe to go race in for something long as opposed to these other two. And typically you want something a little bit nice and light, but boy, for a shoe that weighs over 10 ounces, it feels super fast underfoot. The Mach X is interesting because it's really sort of a go fast trainer, but it has a plate in it. So, you know, it's funny. I guess I was so expecting that the Cielo would have a plate in it and this one wouldn't, but it's sort of the opposite, obviously. This has a plastic plate and that doesn't. This is actually listed as more of a performance trainer than a racer, but I know there's going to be people that race in this shoe. One of our staff members here, this is his all-time favorite shoe now. He's been doing everything in it, from everyday training to tempo runs to he just ran an 8K in this shoe, and he loved it for all those reasons. Again, much like the Rocket X2, that nice performance cushion feel is awesome, and it's there, and you feel nice and protected, and it feels like a trainer, but when you're ready to go fast, this shoe has nice explosive feel to it. I've done some tempo runs in it. I haven't raced in it, but I've done a lot of go fast shoes, a lot of go fast miles in it, from stuff on the track to stuff on the road, and felt good in all times on it. I have another friend who's getting ready for a marathon, and he's not necessarily someone who would want to race in like a high-end performance shoe, but he wants something that he can run in and feel faster than an everyday shoe, but might not want all of the bells and whistles of a high-end $250 performance shoe. To me, this is that perfect shoe. He can go race in it and he can get his training runs in it and feel good, but not feel the pressure and some of the overhead that comes with a shoe like the Rocket X2. The Mach X for me has been that perfect pull out of the rotation when I'm going to hit the road and feel great the entire way without feeling like I'm losing energy. And also because it's $180 and not $250, I don't feel like I'm wasting any mileage in this shoe. So for me personally, if I'm gonna go out and do something shorter, maybe max up to 10 miles, I'm gonna pull the Cielo. It feels fun, it feels fast. Even though it doesn't have a plate, it's the fastest one of these three to do some shorter, fast races in. If I'm gonna go out and do something like a half marathon, a marathon, or even up to a road 50K, the Rocket X2 is the one that I'm gonna be putting on my foot. I probably should have raced my marathon earlier in this year, but if I do decide to do another road marathon this year, this will be the one that's on my foot. It's cushioned, it's fast. I love the premium upper on this shoe. It's just a comfortable shoe for a premium high-end carbon plated shoe. And if I am gonna do something like a fall marathon, this will be that shoe that I do all my long tempos in. The Mach X is perfect for something that could be an everyday trainer, but ready to transition into something faster. Whether it's for your race day shoe, or if you're doing something longer or just wanted to mix it up with some fast miles in the middle, do a fartlek run, something like that, you can get away with this shoe and feel fast, performancy, protected, and also a shoe you can train in without feeling like you're wasting miles in it. I hope this was educational and exciting and informative for you. If you wanted to purchase any of these fine products, check the link down below, and if you enter promo code RUNMORE, just one word, RUNMOORE, you'll save 10% and we'll ship them out for free. If you had any questions on any of these three models, please feel free to leave it down below and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Hey, and if you did find this fun, exciting, and informative, do me a solid and like and subscribe to our channel. It certainly helps us find new runners like yourselves out there in the interwebs. And hey, if you're in the greater Westminster, Maryland area, stop by, say hello, take a look at our fun shoe wall here, and we'll try to help you find the best shoe for you. Happy running, stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you around Westminster.